Welcome to the Be Lucky podcast, your home for sharp insights and smart betting. We don't just give you tips, we teach you how to think like a pro. We'll dive deep into the form, uncover hidden value, and share strategies that can give you a real edge. Please like and subscribe for more racing insight, or you can head to the Patreon page for exclusive premium content.
Hello everybody and welcome to this week's Be Lucky weekend preview. Some excellent racing from Newcastle and Newbury for us to get stuck into. We're going to pick out three races. One of those is the Fighting Fifth up at Newcastle. Constitution Hill, Amsterdam and the New Lion go head to head at Newcastle this week for the Grade 1 contest. We're going to switch over to Newbury. We're going to take in the Jerry Fielden, and we're going to, of course, take in the Newbury Gold Cup, their feature race on a brilliant day at Newbury. I'll be at Newbury this Saturday. If you're there, please feel free to say hello. If you are interested in joining the Patreon page, or you're just undecided whether you want to join or not, come and be a free member. Join the chat with loads and loads of sharp betting minds. Over 1,000 people now are making use of the chat rooms on the Daryl Carter Patreon page. It's www.patreon.com/Daryl Carter Racing. Come and get all your betting education. Come and get all your daily tips. Come and get your anti-post previews. The Cheltenham Festival Focus has been flying off the shelves. Come and get everything you need to be prepared for your punting journey. Okay, shall we get stuck in? If I've got a red left eye, it's because I was eating flaming hot Wotsits and I've rubbed my eye. So excuse me if I've got a red left eye. But let's crack on, shall we? Let's start. Let's just start at the 2 o'clock at Newcastle. That Fighting Fifth. For years, this has been a crap race. For years, this has been a poor race. For years, this has produced underwhelming racing. Not this year, guys. Not this year. Constitution Hill heads the market. These are the best prices. This is currently 12:30 on Thursday afternoon. So the market's very raw at the moment, but Constitution Hill heads the market. Nico de Boyville goes up, leaves all those rides back at Newbury and goes up to Newcastle for Constitution Hill, 13-8. The New Lion, 7-4. Amsterdam, 7-2. Paul Townend comes over for the ride. Golden Ace, 25-1. Nemean Lion, first time tongue tie, 100-1. Okay, so the first port of call here, obviously, is to look at the ratings. Constitution Hill rated 170, Amsterdam rated 157. Surely Constitution Hill just wins, right? Well, it's not been straightforward for Constitution Hill, has it? The last time we saw him, he was a poor fifth at Punchestown, which followed 2 falls at Aintree and at Cheltenham. Must be remember that he did go off at 1-2 for the champion hurdle at Cheltenham, but his confidence seems to have been knocked. Now, if you watch his 3 runs before his 2 falls, you'll see that he was very chancy in a few flights. And it was, it was not out of the realms of possibility he was going to do something like he did at the back end of the 2025 season. Now, can he bounce back? Ignore the hype. Ignore the trainer comments continuously about this horse. We don't know until he goes out and he jumps a hurdle, okay? He can gallop up and down a fucking track all day, but till he jumps a hurdle upsides in a racing environment, we just don't know. Now, like I say, he's always had that tendency in him, and it wasn't ever mentioned before he fell in the champion hurdle. So that concerns me. That concerns me that he's always had it in him to do that. Now, how do you train that out of a horse? Well, Nicky Henderson didn't think it was a problem before he fell at Cheltenham, but in hindsight, it actually was a problem. Can you back him at 13-8? Well, he's one of those, isn't he? How do you put a price on him? How do you put a price on Constitution Hill? He's either the greatest bet of all time or he's a poor price. I don't know which is which. I would not be backing him, put it that way. There'll be a lot of people out there that are going, you should just be backing him anyway, blah, blah, blah. He's got the best form in the race. Yes, it's very, very true. Very, very true. But I do think there are 2 horses, or 1 horse, that is improving fast in this field. That horse is not the New Lion. I cannot believe the New Lion is favourite for a champion hurdle, having needed every yard of 2 mile 5 to beat Stayer, the Yellow Clay, and Stayer, Final Demand. It is absolutely baffling to me that this horse is even remotely considered for a champion hurdle. I thought he was a Stayer's hurdle candidate. His whole pedigree is built around becoming a Stayer. Yet you want to drop back to 2 miles. I'm not being funny, but his form is nowhere near worth it at this level to consider him a champion hurdle prospect. I must be going insane. Because how that horse is the same price as Constitution Hill is just absolutely beyond me. It really, really is beyond me. I know I seem like I'm going over the top here, but I'm not. I cannot believe I've not got one speed figure for the New Lion. Not one piece of form that says he's a champion hurdle contender. Maybe I'm putting my neck on the line here and I'm going to be made a fool of, but I cannot see where on earth you can make this a 7-4 best price for a 2 mile grade 1 contest against the likes of Constitution Hill. Now that brings me back to Constitution Hill. That brings me back to the point I was just trying to make, right? Is Constitution Hill the greatest bet ever, or is he the worst bet ever? Well, on what he has achieved and what the New Lion has achieved, it's an absolute no-brainer. There's only one horse you back, and that's Constitution Hill. But you got to trust Nicky, you got to trust Nico. And you know what? The thing that bugs me about, because I want to back Constitution Hill, right? I want to back him. I do. But it really bugs me because I know with Nico de Boinville, if the slightest thing is not going his way, he will not work for it. He will pull him up and say this thing, like an issue or something. Like I can't stand that. I love jockeys in the saddle who are going to go, we are, I'm going to work for this. I'm going to make this happen. I don't know if I can trust Nico in that regard, but Constitution Hill undoubtedly has to be the bet. Undoubtedly has to be the bet if you're looking at Constitution Hill and the New Lion. Now, the spanner in the works here is this very, very gorgeous looking, impressive, improving Amsterdam for Willie Mullins, a horse that I like for the champion hurdle in March. Now, couple of issues with Amsterdam. It's first time out. He can be very keen and very free. I'd expect him the type to be I'd expect him to be very sharp for this. I think Willie Mullins could have gone to the Morgiana and had a soft grade 1 and built him up slowly there, but he wants to come over and see where he is against the big kid Constitution Hill, and I love that. So the fact that Paul Townend's coming over, I expect him to be very sharp, very fit, very ready for this. He can just be very, very keen. And first time out, he does not want to be pulling the arms off Paul Townend like he did at Fairy House, like he did at Naas. He needs to relax. But this has got some ability, this horse. I tell you now, this is a worldie. And if Constitution Hill, the old Constitution Hill, was not here, the horse to beat him is Amsterdam. The horse to beat him, the horse to take this is Amsterdam. I think Amsterdam's got tons of improvement to come throughout the season over this trip, undoubtedly. I think, he's the one I want to be with for the champion hurdle. Constitution Hill, this just might be his day today. That would be the worry because, they will have everything absolutely spot on with Constitution Hill because they do not want any more bad press about Constitution Hill. So they're not going to leave anything on him. He's going to be absolutely A1 prime for this. Whether his jumping holds up is a different question, but Amsterdam is the horse that I think is the new kid on the block. I think he's the progressive young 5-year-old who has just got so much untapped potential and ability. Now, a lot of it you are backing on the potential and the ability side of things. You're not backing him on the basis of form lines, right? But my golly gosh, this pops your eye out, this horse, when he's unleashed off the bridle. When he's just allowed a bit of inch of rain. It's just so exciting. But what a race, right? We've got a really good race. How do we profit from this? I'm going to try and look at angles and try and take Constitution Hill out of the picture because I still think I'm going to get a decent price on Amsterdam to beat the New Lion. I think Amsterdam and the Constitution Hill are far too quick for the New Lion. So I'm going to try and look at an angle there, maybe take Constitution Hill completely out of the picture. And whatever happens with Constitution Hill happens. Maybe I'll see if I can get a match bet between the New Lion and Amsterdam. Or maybe there's some other way I'm going to try and play this. But I'm definitely getting involved in this because I do really like Amsterdam. I like him for the champion hurdle. I like him for the season ahead. think the new line is completely underpriced. Constitution Hill could be completely overpriced, but it is a cracking little race. I cannot wait to watch it. I can't wait to get stuck in. Let's get over to Newbury. I'll be there on Saturday. If you're there, do please say hello. Not been out racing for a while, but I'm looking forward to this Newbury card. It looks fantastic. Got the Jerry Fielding at 2:15, one of the races we're going to cover now today. Live Conti for Dan Skelton heads to market. Best price 3-1. First time tongue tie for this horse, who was a promising juvenile last year. He's a 4-year-old now. He's rated 143. This is a Premier handicap. He's carrying 12 stone. Tristan Durrell claims 3 off. Is he well handicapped off a mark of 137 effectively? I'm not entirely sure. He was absolutely hammered by Mercier in the juvenile hurdle at Aintree. Put your hands together was behind him. He's rated 144. You could argue on that small piece of form of give it to me OJ in behind him, who's rated 143. You could argue that he is a well handicapped horse on that basis, but there are some nice horses in here. Indemnity done really well at Ascot last time. Bumped into the subsequent Greatwood Hurdle winner, Alexi. Indemnity, a nice horse, but not too sure how much he's got in hand. He came there swinging at Ascot and he was readily left behind. I thought he was holding on a little bit at the finish to secure second place. Now, he might have a couple of pounds in hand, but has he got enough in hand in a deep race like this? I'm not sure. He is eligible for 0-20 company, and maybe that is perhaps where he should be taken more seriously. I really like Indiva Blue for Ollie Murphy. I think this is a really nice horse. I think he's got stacks of potential. The way he finished off his race at Fosslas, beating a decent yardstick in Stream of Stars, was quite impressive. He is rated 126. He comes here fresh. Ollie is sending a fantastic team to Newbury this weekend. He's going to have plenty of chances, plenty of winners, hopefully, for the main man, Ollie Murphy. But this is a horse that he thinks quite a lot of, and I actually thought quite a lot of last year, particularly after his victory at Leicester. Disappointed at Haydock next time out, perhaps feeling the effects of that heavy ground run at Leicester just 29 days earlier. But put all of that to bed when returning from a break at Fosslas, and now he comes here fresh. He's the horse for me who's got so much upside to his handicap mark that he is very difficult to ignore. Give it to me, OJ. He's also in here, 13-2, 143 rated. Hot Fuzz, 124 rated. You can make case for him on his flat form. Last Rodeo is a horse that's very, very interesting. I think he wants a bog. This horse actually nearly got brought down at Cheltenham behind French Ship 36 days ago, and has been ridden in maiden and novice hurdles with handicaps in mind. Could not put you off him, but maybe for a lesser race than what the Jerry Fielding attracts. Tutti Quanti, similar vibes. Well handicapped in the right environment, but maybe not here. Indiva Blue has the quality to turn into a 140-plus horse. Live Conti does have the quality also to turn into a very decent horse, but this is a big ask. First time out, 240 days off, tongue-tied first time, and he was bought to be a chaser. So really, really interesting Jerry Fielding race. Let's move on to the final race that we're going to tackle today. That is the Newbury Coral Gold Cup. Woo! 24 runners. Oh, my God. What a good race this is. We've got Maya Town at the head of the market. Best price currently 5-1. Maya Town, last seen winning the ultimate handicap in impressive fashion. 11 lengths. He beat the changing man that day. And he is up from 127 to 142. Looked like a graded animal that day for certain. The Resplendent Grey off a mark of 153. Sean Bowen, Ollie Murphy. He'll be well suited by the long home straight at Newbury. He's 13-2. The Changer Man, I think he's a very underpriced horse. He's just there or thereabouts. Bookmakers trying to protect those each way terms with the Changer Man. 9-1. Highland, 11-1. This has been the target for Highland. Ignore the run at Cheltenham last time. He came there swinging, and Nico de Boinville was very, very easy on him in the closing stages. This has been his prep. Ignore his run prior to the Aintree Grand National as well. He was being prepped for the Grand National. His 2-length defeat to the Jukebox Man looks very, very good, and he's off a mark of 105. I think he's tailor-made for something like this. Catat Dore probably wants the ground deeper than he's going to get on Saturday. Obviously beat Highland by 15 lengths at Kempton, but again, Highland not ridden to win that race. Inch House recently moved to Paul Nichols a couple of starts ago. He's a lovely horse, has a good record at Newbury. Become a bit inconsistent, though, towards the back end of last season. He's 16-1. Panic Attack is ridden by Tristan Darrell, your Paddy Power Gold Cup winner, 16-1. I thought that was the day, though, for Panic Attack, wasn't it? It was a bit of a poor race. Spanish Harlem comes over for Willie Mullins. Danny Mullins takes the ride. Victorino back in this race again, but I kind of would rather back him at Ascot. He'll probably get dropped a couple of pounds for a run here and he'll be back to Ascot where he was so successful last season, 16-1. Blizzard of Oz, Willie Mullins, 18-1. Ask Brewster, 20 is your reserve. The Doyen Chief, 20-1, no chance. Gorgeous Tom has a chance. Henry de Bromhead, great record for bringing horses over to the UK, 22-1. Three-car Bragg, a winner at Cheltenham last time, 22-1. Omar Park, 25. Lowry's Bar, very weak in the anti-post markets, 28-1. Monty Star, 28-1. Percival Legawa, 33-1. Now, he's off a lofty weight here of a mark of 153, but he's a horse that always promised quite a bit, and at the back of the last season really started to fulfill his potential until he fell again. He's been off 238 days. If he's over that, he could go well at a price. Keith Donoghue takes the ride. It's a big, big price. He's going to be there or thereabouts. He might not be weighted to win, but he has definitely got a chance of getting in that frame. Make sure you check your place odds with your bookmakers for this race. They're going to be offering different places across the day. But this is a really, really competitive field. I think Mayertown is a very, very good horse. It does annoy me that they've not given him a prep run. Now, he's been away for a couple of racecourse gallops after racing, but he hasn't had a run. Last year, he needed his run, and then he came on leaps and bounds, although that run was over a distance too short for him. Mayertown could well be the graded horse in a handicap here, but I do think Highland is a well-handicapped horse of a mark of 145 on that evidence of being behind the jukebox man at Kempton on Boxing Day last year. It's a fantastic race. I can't wait to watch it. We're doing a day in the life. We're doing a day in the life on Saturday, so really looking forward to that. Hopefully I'll see a few of you there. If you want all of my tips and my final selections for Saturday, please do come over to the Patreon page. Even if you want to sign up as a free member, come and join the chat. Good banter in there, great bunch of people, really positive atmosphere, and you may consider upgrading. Until next time, everybody, be lucky.
Head to the Patreon page for this week's tips and exclusive member-only insight.